Hi, this is Tori Ramey again for RD Academics. We're going to continue our disclosure part 2 at this time. And just a little bit about me. Again, I've been licensed since 2001. I'm a broker salesman here in Nevada. I've worked both in the Mesquite area and Las Vegas area for about a little over 18 years. Okay, the Residential Disclosure Guide has other disclosures that we did not discuss in part 1, and that's what we're going to discuss now. Some of them have forms, some of them do not, but the disclosures still need to be made if it fits the right circumstance. Okay, the common interest communities and condominium hotels. So common interest communities to us residential agents means homeowners associations most of the time, okay? Now there is a disclosure. The purpose of the information statement required when purchasing a home or unit in a common interest community or condominium hotel is to make the buyer aware of all rights, obligations, and other aspects related to owning a unit within a common interest community, also known as the homeowners association. The seller, at the seller's expense, provides an information statement with the sale of any unit within the common interest community. It's called the Before You Purchase in a Common Interest Community or Condominium Hotel / Did You Know. All real estate agents call this the Did You Know form, okay? And it's included in the resale package. Now, if a person is buying a new unit, they're going to get an information statement and a public offering statement if they're buying a brand new house in an HOA. But if they're buying a home that's a resale transaction, they're going to get the Did You Know form. In either way, they have 5 calendar days now to cancel that transaction if there's something in the Did You Know form or in the initial public offering or all the other documents in the resale package, for example, that they don't like or they don't agree with, okay? Public offering statement. If the property, again, is a new unit in a common interest community, a condominium hotel, or if the community is subject to any developmental rights or contains converted buildings or contains units which may be a timeshare, or is registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the buyer must also be provided with a public offering statement. Okay, there are a lot of these a while back that were apartments converted to condominiums, and that's also have to give you a public offering statement. Information including in the public offering statement are developmental rights of contractors, construction schedule, description of proposed improvements, mechanical and electrical installations, initial or special fees, a number and identity of units in a timeshare. Okay. More importantly, probably in a resale package, in the transaction involving a resale unit previously sold by the buyer developer, a resale package must be provided to the buyer at the expense of the seller. If there's a cost, the seller must pay for it. It's not negotiable. In addition to the information statement, the resale package includes the following: declaration of bylaws, rules and regulations, monthly assessments or your monthly HOA dues, unpaid assessments of the regulations of any kind, unpaid assessments of any kind, current operating budget, financial statement, reserve summary, unsatisfied judgments, and status of any pending legal obligations. This is all in the resale package that the seller must provide during the transaction to the buyer. And the buyer will have 5 calendar days to decide if they are okay with all that information. Okay. Transfer fees. The resale package for a home or a unit in common interest community must also include a statement of any transfer fees, transaction fees, or any other fees associated with the resale of the unit. All right, any unpaid obligations. So if there are any fines that are due to the HOA in the statement, in the payoff statement, they're going to get that. Okay. Delivery or possession of resale package. So this is important. The association has 10 days from the request to put this package together, to get it to the seller's agent or the seller. The seller, once they get it, has 1 day to get it to the buyer. Okay. So the rule is 2 days to request it from acceptance of the contract. They have 10 days to get it together. Hopefully they get it together in time. And you have 1 day once you get it as a seller's agent to give it to the buyer or the buyer's agent. All right? So after 15 total days from acceptance of the contract. If you don't receive the resale package from the seller, the buyer can cancel the transaction without penalty if they so desire to do so. Okay, statement of demand. This is basically the payoff. The escrow officer is actually going to get this from the association, and this will tell what the actual fines are, if there are any, what the actual HOA dues are, if there's any unpaid balance, and this is what counts. So the statement of fees and assessments in a resale package may not be relied upon. It is necessary for the seller to purchase a statement of demand from the association. The reason that the certificate that carries all that information in the resale package is not to be relied upon is because it's not current to the date of closing. The statement of demand will be right to the day of closing, and that's why the escrow officer gets that. Just like a payoff on a mortgage, okay? Okay, to summarize a few things, CIC, Common Interest Community, generally means HOA. The Did You Know form, given in the resale package, but generally given by real estate agents up front to their clients buying in an HOA, gives your client 5 calendar days and tells them that they're agreeing to restrictions on the property because they're buying in an HOA or a CIC. And it tells them, the resale package will tell them all the fees and everything else that are included in a certificate. Again, the certificate is not to be relied upon, but the statement of demand is accurate, okay? Public offering statement comes with a new purchase. The resale package comes with a resale. Any transfer fees are negotiated. Any back fines are negotiated, but the seller must pay for the resale package to give to the buyer if there's a cost, and there generally is. Okay. Again, the seller needs to provide the statement of demand.